Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Nyra. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. What's up? Today, I'm gonna be sitting down and doing my makeup while I talk about conspiracy theories that 100% can probably be easily debunked, but they're special because I came up with them myself. These are things that I've just been noticing and writing down in my notes for a long time. So why not do a video about it? I made these up. Y'all can probably come up with a million reasons why every conspiracy I say is wrong, and I'm willing to accept that. But you're also not gonna disrespect me, so if you wanna fight about it, we can fight. Yeah, these are just things that I completely just came up with in my own head, and I was like, that kind of makes some sense. Have fun, I guess. I hope you have as much fun as I had. Okay, so I wanna start with like the hot topic right now. Ooh. All right, straight up, I'm dropping everything. I'm like straight up not having a good time.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
All right, I wanna start with the most popular topic literally in America right now. Like, forget politics. It doesn't matter that our president's Donald Trump because Kylie and Jordan aren't friends anymore. This Jordan versus Tristan versus Chloe versus Kylie thing is fake. It is fake, and let me tell you how I know it's fake. Jordyn Woods, who is Kylie's BFF, hooks up with Tristan. We can get into the specifics of it. They were hooking up for a long time. It was just a kiss, whatever. Either way, something happened that made Tristan and Jordan unloyal to Chloe, right? So that happens, right? Why is it that if anything else happens with the Kardashians, they are radio silent? You have to, one, watch their show when it comes out to figure out what really happened, or two, they'll put out an official statement, or, you know, they'll have one of them make a post about it that's like, you know, just to clear everything up. The people in their circles, like all their best friends, like Malika and that one random girl, Laura Pippin's surname, I think, that Kim Kardashian is best friends with, like, since when were they so vocal about Kardashian issues? Let me tell you why they haven't been up until this point. They have specific non-disclosure agreements. Now, we're talking about Kris Jenner here. We're not talking about Jenny from the block. We're talking about Kris Jenner. You really think Kris Jenner is allowing these people to be close friends with her daughters, who are her clients, and she's not making them sign non-disclosure agreements, knowing that literally everything they do is going to be front page breaking news? You really, honestly, think about that for a second. Do you really believe that? Do you really think Kris Jenner is not having all of their close personal friends sign non-disclosure agreements? If you really think that they are not, then you're dumb. Like, I'm so sorry. If you think Kris doesn't have all their close friends signing NDAs, you don't have a brain. We would know every single detail about the Kardashians' lives if they were not signing NDAs, because the amount of money that TMZ and like tabloid outlets are going to offer for somebody who has like an inside scoop about the Kardashians, like, come on. Like, they have to have signed legally binding non-disclosure agreements. But all of a sudden, no matter what happens with Kanye, no matter what has happened with Tristan's cheating in the past, the other 17 times he's cheated, no matter what happens between Kourtney and Scott and what's her name, the 14-year-old that Scott's dating, all of their friends like Malika, Larsa Pippen, and all of them are quiet. They're not posting stuff on the shade room. They're not in shade room comments with clapping hand emojis. No, they don't do that ever. And now all of a sudden you mean to tell me this is the one time that they're gonna post something? No, I think that Kris Jenner is allowing them to be vocal about this because it's going to be press for an episode coming up in the season, or to push sales for their personal businesses or something. Really think about it. Kim Kardashian's best friend was like speaking like to paparazzi about it. Like, who are you? Like, you're not Chloe's friend. You're not Kylie's friend. You're not the person who cheated or got cheated on. Like, what gives you the right to be talking about it? Especially being that they haven't been allowed to be this vocal about anything else before. Like, I'm so sorry, but nobody can convince me otherwise. This was 1000% orchestrated by Kris Jenner, in my opinion, to promote sales or to get a lot of buzz going because it's going to be in an upcoming episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She wants the viewers and the number of viewers and the ratings to go back up. That, I'm sorry, that's just what makes sense. Now, I'm not saying it didn't really happen. It is 1000% possible that Jordyn Woods and Tristan Thompson had a thing going on, or they kissed or whatever, and that was not orchestrated. That's 100% possible. And if that is what happened, I think that Kris Jenner seized the opportunity for marketing, for press, for attention, to ultimately drive sales and viewers to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Sorry, it just makes perfect sense. It just makes perfect sense. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I am legitimately challenging anyone that believes otherwise to tell me why in the comments, and we can argue about it. Like, I mean that. Like, please tell me why you think I'm wrong. I need to know, because everything I'm saying makes perfect sense. And I'm right. All right, this next one isn't one that I made up, but it needs to be, but like I discovered it for myself before it was a thing. So technically I made it and y'all stole it from me. Absolutely, iPhones are literally always listening, and that's why you get ads about the things that you talk about in real life. Like 1000%, I don't care what any Apple rep has to say about it. Like, iPhones 100% are always listening to you. Like, have y'all seen that Facebook video? I mean, have y'all seen that? I don't know if it was a Facebook video, but it was just a video of this couple, and they were like, we were talking about things and we started noticing we were getting advertisement for it. So we did an experiment. They were like, we don't own a cat at all, but we're just gonna talk about cat food with Facebook open and just see what happens. They literally don't own a cat. They had no reason to be talking about cat food outside of the experiment. They opened Facebook and they sat there and talked about cat food. They kept saying, yeah, we gotta pick up some cat food. Really wish I had some cat food, you know, stuff like that, for a few minutes. And then they closed the app, and it was like either the next day or a few hours later or whatever. Some time had passed, and they both started getting advertisements about cat food. There's no other explanation. I don't want to hear it. So let me tell you my situation that happened that made me be like, wow. So I was talking to my sister. At the time, my sister and I had worked together at the same optical place. So I was talking to my sister early in the morning. We was at work. And I said to her, man, oh man, I wish I ate breakfast today. I'm so hungry. We're just talking about breakfast food, right? I said to her, like, seriously, no joke. I said to her, hey, you know what sounds so good to me right now? I said, what if you had like, you know what sounds so good right now? What if you had like a breakfast sandwich in between 2 pancakes? And then we were just talking about it, and then we like very quickly realized that's literally what a McGriddle is. But you know, we just laughed about it, whatever. Why the next time I opened Instagram, there was an advertisement for frozen breakfast sandwiches that were literally like waffle buns, like for the bread. I'm calling the police, but I'm afraid that the police have already been listening. I was the epitome of stressed. Like, I was like, wow, my life is Black Mirror, that's cool. I was like, what the heck is like even going on? That's like ridiculous. There's like no such thing. If I say like one more time, unsubscribe. But there's no such thing as a coincidence like that. Like, I just did it again. But yeah, like, I keep saying like, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's crazy. It was ridiculous that exactly, or almost exactly, because I said pancakes, but it was waffles. But still, like, that's too much of a coincidence. That is far past coincidence. It goes from being a coincidence to being stalked by the FBI. Why are y'all watching me? I'm not even doing nothing but watching freaking YouTube videos all day. Jeez. So yeah, just, I don't know. I encourage anyone to try it. I've never tried like that, like opening an app like Facebook or Instagram and like saying something and then see, because it happened to me and I wasn't even trying. So I already know what's gonna happen if I'm not trying. So why would I do it on purpose? It like creeped me out so bad the first time. I'm not gonna do it again at all. So I don't want to speak about things I don't know anything about. even though that's literally like really on brand for me. But Instagram and Facebook are like both owned by Facebook now. Or like Instagram is owned by Facebook. You know exactly what I'm trying to say. Stop being judgmental. So it is just weird to me that like all of our information is like on the path to be owned by one company, or like, you know, owned by like one entity. Like that's just, I don't know, that just makes me uncomfortable. But like I have a social media addiction. I'm not joking, like I'm being real with you guys. Like I really have a social media addiction. So I'm not gonna do nothing about it. Like I'm just gonna deal with it and scroll and like my memes. But like for those of you that like care about your privacy, you should probably be alarmed, because 2 of the biggest social medias are owned by the same entity. And it's like, why do y'all need to own each other? Because like I am not a Facebook user, but I am an Instagram user. But still, the entity, the company, the whatever of Facebook is still accessible to all my information. So I have an inactive Facebook page that I really only get on to make sure my mom hasn't posted any like recent ugly pictures of me. And it's like crazy because they have all my information. Like people from my Instagram are on my Facebook, people from my Facebook are on my Instagram. It's like immediately integrated, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this. It's so like frustrating and invasive. Like I didn't want to do that. Why are you making me do it? All right, next we're gonna talk about Apple some more, because I can really just jump down a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories that other people have come up with and I have come up with for Apple. But this is one that's really unique. I'm really proud of myself for coming up with this because like y'all could never. Like my brain is so unique. Okay, so group FaceTime is like the Frank Ocean of Apple products. Allow me to explain. What was literally every single person doing in middle school? I'll wait. Everyone in middle school was on ooVoo, okay? This is way, way, way back. We're talking like 2013 right now. Like around like 2013. What was ooVoo, you ask? If you were born before 2000, you're probably like, no, you probably know what ooVoo is. I said before 2000. I meant after. Look, if you're young, you might not know what ooVoo is. ooVoo was, first of all, it was that chick back in the day, but ooVoo was something like Skype. That was a group video chat calling server. So all of these platforms were around before Apple was even doing FaceTime, right? So here comes Apple. We're gonna do our take on it. We're gonna do FaceTime, but you can only have 2 people. We're not doing that group thing. And so your immediate thought is like, why? Obviously Apple of all companies had the technology to do it. If ooVoo and Skype were already doing it, obviously Apple could have figured something out a long time ago. They chose not to. And that's like Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean could easily just drop beautiful music and make all of us happy, but he's just not gonna do it. Why does Frank Ocean only drop music every once in a while? Because it's a part of the brand, builds mystery. If you're giving people exactly what they want, they're never gonna want anything from you. Apple held group FaceTime over our heads and dangled it so that we were always checking for new updates. And once they started feeling a little too threatened, they finally released group FaceTime. They wanted it to be a thing of like, I'm checking every single update. Maybe they're finally dropping the big update with group FaceTime because they could have did it back in 2008. Apple needed us to always be needing something from them. Apple's like that girlfriend that like just needs you to stick around. All right, that's pretty much all I got for y'all today. That's pretty much all I got for y'all. And Kris Jenner's gonna sue the F out of me. It was really fun. I'll see you guys in the next video. Muchos besitos.
Yeah. All you self-promoters are janky. We established like the Yankees. This whole fucking game thankless. We moving militant, but somehow you the one tanking. No limit to where I could take it. And you know me as a crisp bottle sender, check picker upper. I thought we looked out for one another. Saw us all as brothers in the struggle, too blessed to be humble. I guess it's different in the city I come from.